The speech I attended was actually a classroom setting. A couple weeks ago, I attended an intern training seminar where I work for Whiting Turner Construction. May have may not heard of it. It's a pretty big company, national. But I have an internship there this summer, and during the seminar, I was exposed to lots of public speaking. But the most memorable part of the seminar was the president and CEO of the whole nationwide company came in to speak to the interns, the newly hired interns, which was us, which was really cool. Um, and he wasn't what you expected from a usual CEO. He was smiling, he had a great attitude, he was very excited to be there. Um, you could tell by his body language, by the way he was treating the interns. It wasn't like as if we were wasting his time. He was genuinely happy to be there. He described his first experiences with Whiting Turner, which was funny because he started out as an intern just like us, and he actually didn't get the job the first time he was interviewed. And then he worked somewhere else for a couple of years, and he came back about the same age that we are now, and got went in for a second interview, and he landed the job as an intern because of what he said was at that time they didn't keep that much data for interviews because everything is online now. But what was great about his speech is he made it a lot about the newly hired interns. He didn't speak much about himself. He wanted to delve into what we are experiencing in our roles within the company. And through this, he developed his own personality. He asked for questions from the audience. It was an open floor, and by answering a lot of these questions, he related to the audience by being honest. Um, one of the questions was, "What is your job as CEO from day to day, and what is your favorite part about your job?" And he said his favorite part of his job was doing exactly what he was doing, coming in, talking to new people, establishing connections, establishing networks. He volunteers a lot, which is great. He says he promotes the Whiting Turner name by getting out there and volunteering for multiple organizations, which was also great to hear from the CEO of a company. Um, he also connected us on even more of that kind of level by giving out his own personal information. So he gave out his email and his phone number for us to contact him with any questions or concerns that we may have had, which is pretty great to have the CEO give out your personal information as an intern. For me, just starting, a couple months ago, it was pretty great to hear that. I felt very welcome through his speech and what he was conveying to the audience. I would say overall the best part about his speech was that he he said to us he was once an intern just like us. So that meant that one of us in that room, in that seminar, would one day be the CEO of Whiting Turner. And I think that is what made his speech the most memorable. And overall, he connected to us the most by him almost portraying himself as an intern, which really connected with the audience. And that was um, definitely a great thing about his speech. So as far as a critique of his speech, I would say he